Hail, Reckoners, and welcome back. Today's game is Last Will. This is a video game, kind of version of, like, escape rooms. So the idea is you're thrown in a room, there's some puzzles and some clues, you have to solve them to escape from the room. And this game's a little more story, where the idea is, it's the last will, so to get the will of your dead, deceased relative, you have to complete a series of puzzles to get, you know, his loot kind of thing. So we have a couple different modes of gameplay. We have casual mode, where you can play without time limits, and you have escape room mode, where you have, I think it's an hour, maybe an hour and change, to beat it. So right now there's only one chapter. There's gonna be a chapter coming out every 14 days. At the time of this recording, only one chapter is out, but I intend to do every chapter. I have played through chapter 1 several times, so I don't expect to be stuck on too much stuff. I'm debating whether or not I want to do casual mode or escape room mode, because casual mode will let me read some of the story clues. Let's go escape room mode though. Let's try and blaze through this. So it has some little dates for unlocks, which is pretty cool. And this gives you some time on when I recorded this. Let's start with episode 1. The really cool thing about this game, the thing that I think is that this game can rightfully tout as one of its strongest selling points, is having surprisingly high replayability. There are a number of, you know, like, tricky puzzle games, but this does a very good job of randomizing them in a sufficient way that it feels different enough each time. I mean, so every time I play the game, this is always the first room of the mansion. And there's always a puzzle here, a puzzle over there, and a puzzle over there. But the puzzles in this first room, they're always riddles, so it always feels pretty different. And then the rooms after that can be different. The second room can be different each time. Like, I've had a couple different possibilities. So, that's pretty cool. Let's look at this. Clue. In the highest aim of a captain, if the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would keep it in port forever. So I believe this is statue 5? How do I tell? I don't know. This is 5. Weight in my belly, trees on my back, nails in my ribs, feet I do lack. Wait, so we can get space to look at our clues. There's a clue and a riddle for each of these statues. What was the riddle? Or what was the clue? He would keep it in port forever. So it's probably just ship. Each of these are 4-letter words, so it's probably ship. I don't really click the space. There we go. The chime means we got it. So clue over here. That's a horrible statue I haven't seen before. I have many tongues but cannot taste. By me most things are turned to waste. I crack and snap, yet I stay whole. I may take the largest toll. So that is fire. I recognize that one. I hadn't seen ship before, but I have seen fire before, so that makes it easier. It is completely random to the point where I've actually had, like, this puzzle and this puzzle be the same word, but the riddles are actually different for them, so the variation can be high. It's got some weird luck hijinks. In the dark night flies a many-hued phantom. It soars and spreads its wings above the gloomy human crowd. The whole world calls to it. The whole world implores it. That's a good riddle. That's a hard one. This took me a long time. I actually wouldn't have gotten it, except I started clicking around the letters, and that gave me an idea of which letters were involved. So the answer to that is hope. If you do get stuck, you can run up the stairs, and there's another clue over there, but let's move on to room 2. Ah, this room. So I hadn't solved this room until recently. I've only seen this room twice before. The first time I gave up, because it was my first time playing the game. The second time, they had just implemented a hint system. So I figured it out. The hints are very helpful, so I basically was told it. Basically, you're supposed to read this letter, and it's supposed to indicate to you that you want to keep these drawers shut. So you can open this drawer, and you can see it is a book. But as long as the drawer's open, we cannot turn this ship's wheel. And turning this ship's wheel is the main mechanic of this game. I thought I had tried it, but apparently I hadn't. I'd gotten stuck and thought I had to find 3 keys to turn the wheel, but the 3 keys are how we get out of here. Where's the other clue? Here's the big clue. The main clue we care about. Okay. First paragraph is story. Second paragraph we care about. Some claim that my state of mind is simply because I have turned my back on the world, but looking back, I don't feel it is worth paying attention to. Some claim that my state of mind is simply because I have turned my back on the world. So these clues basically are supposed to be tarot cards, Turning this ship's wheel turns the tarot cards. Is there a tarot card for the world? Hey, there's a card for the world. So we get to match the world. We go over here. We pull open this drawer. Holy crap, the book is a key. We grab the key. We shut the drawer very carefully. We put the key in here. We don't forget to turn the key. The controls are a little weird on this. Okay, second clue. Second clue. My former friends think me a recluse, a hermit, blah blah blah, hermit. That was just one click to the right, yes? Hermit? Okay, and so now these cabinets were locked, but because we've turned the first key, we can now open these cabinets. And because it's hermit, the key is there. So we close these, make sure they're nice and closed. Put the key in. Yes, the key is in. Turn it. It's so hard. Why is it so hard? Okay. Gotta move the mouse forward. So that opens here. We have a third cupboard. But where's the third clue? I dream back the days when I aided my countrymen during the war with my scientific studies. They saw me as a magician, but sadly never understood that true science overcomes any hocus pocus. So, when I was in the room before, this was like, both times I was in the room before, this was the first clue. And before I figured out this whole tarot card thing, well, the hermit was here, and the second clue was the hermit. So the first one was the magician. So that the first clue was telling me to, like, look around this magician poster and figure out a key from it somehow. And the second clue is look at this thing and get it somehow, but it's just a whole hot mess. But I feel comfortable in saying that, this puzzle, like pretty much all the puzzles in this game that I've encountered so far, is well designed, and all my troubles are my own fault. I can't always say that, but I feel good about saying it here. What are you? Right click to zoom. The tower. We want the magician. I'm sure you recognize it from the site by here. You look magician? You are a magician. You're a magician, Harry. Give me this thing. Boom, got it. The dirty, dirty golden key. And in. And turn. Oh, now it's down. It's not consistent mouse controls. I really hate the mouse controls in this game. Whoa, I've never seen this room as the Act 3 before. Usually this room is always Act 5. Or, yeah, 5. We can play this. I've never really listened to the whole thing. It's from our grandfather talking about whatever. Okay, so, I guess I'll go in order about things I discovered these the first time. First thing, normally I came in on this door, and I walked over here, and I saw this, and it's telling you kind of like a seating arrangement. You notice this guy here. This one's always the same. It says, as the four horsemen reached the hilltop, they gazed upon the four corners of the world and found true greatness. So we'll get that. Basically, we're gonna get a lot of items in this room. So pick up everything that isn't nailed down. Turn these lights on because they look cool. Give me that picture. And we're gonna turn you guys, four horsemen, to face the four corners of the world. Or whatever you do. Did I do it? Sometimes it's really friggin' finicky. I hate it. You're looking north. You're looking east. You're looking south. You're looking west. On, okay. I figured it somehow. I tricked it somehow. Let me get 2 more items that you need. Let's go get a couple more. Nothing in the corner. We got tea kettle. Knife. Rum. Hey, normally there's a book here that gives you a clue. I'm sure it'll be in the other room. Don't forget this guy. I missed this guy the first time. The crystal balls in the pig's mouth, always. These items are always the same. They always spawn in the same place. Where you put them, what you do with them is always slightly different. The hourglass. We've got... here's some more clues. Wait. Oh, that's the last clue. Okay. And we got the compass. How many clues do we have? We have 1 and 2. Or we have 2 and 3, rather. Where is clue number 1? Did I miss clue number 1? You sound scary, old man. What are the clues? I don't remember having a hard time finding the clues before. None of the... there we go, here. Feel like you're missing some clues. When the waves are unruly, one must cut the sails to make it. So we have the knife. So we can mouse scroll over to that. Cut open this painting. Get some more clues. Cool. So that's 1, 2, 3. I thought there were 4. Let's see if we can do it with 3. We'll go in order. Here's how I tackle this. Dinner clues 1. Lady Scarl sat to the left of the professor. So this is the professor's chair. When you mouse over that, it tells you that. So Lady Scarl is definitely here. And now we quickly scan for anything with Lady Scarl. Lady Scarl has both the crystal ball and the tea. That is the most straightforward I've ever seen. Crystal ball and the tea. Boom, perfect. Real easy. The birdcage was carried by Lecter Bronman. Lecter Bronman requested water. So birdcage and water are with Lecter Bronman, who... Anything else with Lecter Bronman that we can see? Scanning. Lecter Bronman's to the right of the professor. So what did I say? Water and birdcage. This is a... I wonder if the clues are easier because this is, earlier room than normal. Where's the birdcage? Oh, water and birdcage. Water and birdcage, right? Water and birdcage, okay. Next clue. Professor had nothing to drink. No drinks, right, okay. If we finish page 1, normally there's a lot more lap. Professor Toddberry sat between two guests facing the kitchen. In front of him was the compass and some wine. That clue is completely encapsulated. The compass, and wine. Miss Leopoldine sat 2 spaces down on the professor's right. In front of her was the golden star and some whiskey. Okay, this is definitely easier because it's earlier. Golden star and some whiskey. Who next? Constable Plumfoot sat 3 spaces down on the professor's right side. In front of him was the hourglass and some gin. Hourglass, gin. And process of elimination means we have the knife and the rum. And the chime means we have done it. Okay, this room's boring. This is a straightforward puzzle, as always. Basically, this is one of those... This is a chess puzzle where you're supposed to put all these queens such that none of them threaten any of the others. So the pattern for this is basically put them in the left corner, and then go over 1 column and up 2, because obviously the queen cannot move like a horse. So we're just gonna do that a bunch of times. Over 1, up 2, over 1, up 2, and we can't do over 1, up 2 again. So we basically reset in the first spot possible, which is the same pattern but up 1 column, because we can't, this one's knocked out by that queen. So we just do that. Oh, I didn't put him far enough. You need to go over 1. 1 more. Basically, there's one queen in each row in each column. Over 1, up 2. If you don't do it this way, they'll threaten each other diagonally. So it's important. You don't have to do it exactly this way, but this is the most straightforward and consistent way to do it. So once you have them all lined up, you can go up here, hit this button, and we're done. If you hit that button and you're not correct, it will flash the 2 queens who threaten each other, which is super convenient. Okay, this room... I've gone through this room several times, but it always feels kind of like I've gotten lucky and brute forced it each time. The thing behind this room is we have this lovely plaque of butterflies. If you read some of the things on the ground, it indicates that the professor has found a way to electrocute dead butterflies to make their wings flap. So if we hit this button, you'll see they open up the wings. They have 3 states: closed, partway open, all the way open. We want to get all the butterflies in the all the way open position. This is a nice button because you can see the wings move as you hit it. There are 4 buttons in total, so let's see, we'll hit you once. Are there more vaguely open or closed? These guys look open like they weren't before. Let's hit it again, see if they were fully open. Oh, okay, so yeah, this time we just got completely lucky, and we got them all open without even hitting the other button under the cardinal, and the 4th button, which is over here. This is the annoying button. I don't know if there's any sort of clues to indicate which butterflies which button hits, other than just kind of vaguely memorizing it and running back and forth. Hasn't been difficult, but like I said, it's hard to tell. Oh, that was a complete run. That was a complete run. That was faster. Act 6. Yeah, we did all 5. So I am going to start over again. I'm going to show you rooms. Actually, let's just do a complete run. Yeah, okay. This will end episode 1. We're gonna do another episode here. I do want to show you the other sorts of rooms that we haven't seen yet, but I also want to show you these rooms again, just to show you a little more variance. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Signature catchphrase.